All right, so hey people, Russ Jensen. So it's noon on the 24th of November, 2016 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Thanksgiving Day. And yeah, I have a lot of things to be thankful for. I really do. In fact, I even sit here and make these informative videos expressing my opinions, my beliefs, what I believe I understand about this document known as the Constitution for the United States of America and how we can use it. Well, that is a tremendous privilege. So anyway, so I'll get back into this because I'm almost at the end of what would be, I guess, is going to be chapter 1 in this book, Constitutional Cannabis, exercising your unalienable or unalienable right of necessity. Now, we've been talking about Constitution, what it is, um, and we're going directly to the Constitution itself through the use of the book Law of Nations, which is located Article 1, Section 8, Clause 10. Start defining for us exactly what the Constitution is and its relationship to us. So if we go to Book 1, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 10, Law of Nations, Book 1, Section 27, this is what it says. What is the Constitution of a state? The fundamental regulation that determines the manner in which the public authority is to be executed is what forms the Constitution of the state. Now, we stop, look for a second, look up the definition of fundamental law. When we look at the legal definition, we go to Black's Law Dictionary, the 6th edition, has a definition of fundamental law as fundamental law, the law which determines the constitution of government in a nation or state and prescribes and regulates the manner of its exercise. The organic law of a nation or state, its constitution. Now, to help us get a little bit better clarification, let's continue reading in section 27, where it says, in this is seen the form in which the nation acts in quality of a body politic, how and by whom the people are to be governed, and what are the rights and duties of the governors. Rights and duties of the governors. Now, the chapter 2 is going to start talking about rights and duties, obligations and benefits. Benefits and rights, duties and obligations. That's all there are, people. But what is it saying here, huh? How and by whom the people are to be governed. And what are the rights and duties of governors? Now, you're not a governor, are you? You're not a, you're one of the people that's consenting to be governed. So what your Constitution is, it is what prescribes the rules and regulations for the governance, the governmental authority, the organization of government itself. It doesn't apply to you specifically as an individual inside that. Now, we'll go down here and talk to you a little bit about 29, what it says about that. Of the political, fundamental, and civil laws. The laws or regulations established by the public authority, which we established in the last video, to be observed in society. All these ought to relate to the welfare of the state and of the citizens. The laws made directly with a view to the public welfare are political laws. Those are the ones that apply to you and I. Your traffic laws, your criminal laws, your all those different things. Now, the semicolon there, and we'll talk a little bit about what semicolon's purpose is. It's to it separates two independent clauses or two independent statements that could stand on their own as a period, but they're closely related, so they tie them together. So in this class of political laws are also laws that are then written to expand upon the fundamental laws of your Constitution to give more specificity, more specifics to how your governance can and can't operate, what it can and cannot do in the public authority as sovereigns in the offices of sovereignty. Okay? So it says, and in this class, those that concern the body itself, you and I, and the being of society, the form of government, and the manner in which the public authority is to be exerted. Now, when it says the body itself, that's what together is the body politic, an overall group as a nation state, not as individuals. Those, in a word, which together form the Constitution of the state are the fundamental law. So when I say fundamental law, your Constitution doesn't apply to you because it applies to your government. Okay? That's exactly what that means, because you're not a governor. You're not an office. But we're going to talk about in the next chapter that you really are an office as one of the people when you come exercising your lawful sovereign authority to do that. Now, also very important to understand that this Constitution must be obeyed by those that are utilizing its authority. So in Section 30, we're still in Book 1, Section 30, of the support of the Constitution and obedience to laws. Since the Constitution and the laws of the state are the basis of the public tranquility, the firmest support of political authority and security for the liberty of the citizens. But this Constitution is a vain phantom, and the best laws are useless if they be not religiously observed. Now, we talked about what observed was previously. Doesn't mean to honor, obey, fulfill, be bound to. The nation then ought to watch very attentively in order to render them equally respected by those who govern. Pretty sure people right now, those who govern, have zero respect for the Constitution for the United States of America. Look at all the things they've done, what they're doing. Okay? To attack the Constitution of the state, to violate its laws, is a capital crime against society. And if those guilty of it are invested with authority, they add to this crime a perfidious abuse of the power with which they are entrusted. Okay? This is where we can start utilizing, start building part of our position. We start challenging authority, start questioning our elected officials or unelected officials, those members, they're sovereigns, sitting in the offices of sovereignty, exercising our sovereign authority that we've delegated to them. If they're not obeying to the word, to the letter, this Constitution, that's a capital crime against the society. Okay? They don't have immunity. National security does not overrule constitutional law, period. Cannot. Not if we're going to maintain a constitutional society. Can't be done. The nation ought to constantly repress them with its utmost vigor and vigilance as the importance of the case requires. Okay, what does that say? We have a duty to do what? Repress them. Okay, get them in line. So, another chapter in this book, another segment, what we're going to be doing, we'll start writing our paperwork, creating our legal defenses, our legal offenses, what we're doing. Also, there's other sections in the Constitution of this book, Law of Nations, that talk about these very things, the duties and obligations, what happens, what happens between the relationships between the individual members of society and those that are governing, when those that are governing have violated intentionally or violate even unintentionally, but have been given notice to correct and have not. What happens? The allegiance that's required typically in a society to maintain structure, maintain stability, becomes damaged. The obligations become null and void. Those acting in those offices of authority are no longer operating with the true lawful sovereign authority they've been delegated to, because it's been they've given that up. Okay? Part of the rights, duties, rights, benefits. Okay, we'll talk about that in the next couple of videos about what those are. States out specifically what they are, the difference between a right and a perfect right, obligation, and an indispensable obligation, what those mean. That's when we start recognizing our true power that we have, and how we can use this information to start reining in this governance that's out of control, people. Like I said, I don't mean to say we got to tear down government, anything else. Okay? There's big problems, you understand. How we can continue to be forced to live in a society. You can't tell me that if I was to bring the photographs, let's say that Pentagon was my building, and I wanted to bring that action in court and file an insurance claim, and the insurance company saying we're not going to pay it, And I brought that in and said, hey, look, see, there was an airplane crashed in that building. There was no evidence of it. Do you think that the judge would even allow that to go forward with no evidence like that? No, they would start prosecuting me for engaging in fraud, wouldn't they? Now, how is it that they even can think that they continue to have authority of any kind when they do these things? These egregious violations of the Fourth Amendment, huh? It's unreasonable search and seizure, and all those things that have gone on. The exposures done by Snowden and everything else. Oh, well, we got to protect our people's national security. We can investigate you at anytime we want, because it's emergency. It's terrible bullshit. Can't happen, people. What is happening? Okay? What does that mean? That means you probably don't really have a constitution that you think that you have. Until you start defending it, we start defending it. That's why this is so important. Understanding these simple words, these simple concepts are contained inside your Constitution. They were put there for you to be able to what? Keep the republic. You know what Benjamin Franklin said, supposedly, attributed to him, came out of the meeting, and the woman asked him, hey, what do we have? And he said, a republic, if you can keep it. Keyword, you, if you can keep it. Okay? You know, like I said, I get a little emotional, a little passionate, a little bit upset. I'm not very good presenting this information, which makes me feel bad too. I wish I was better. I'm trying to figure out how to get it better across, and hopefully my book will be better reading. This information, people, is absolutely truthful. It's absolutely constitutional. It's absolutely, you can rely upon 100%. That's where we start getting our authority from. Reclaiming our lawful sovereign authority that we've delegated, because delegated doesn't mean given away, it means authorizing. When you guys are misbehaving, and we'll talk about that more when we start talking about contract law, how that really operates, how that works. And the other aspect of what the Constitution is, it's a vesting contract. It's vesting authority from the people to this organization. And that has to be done in a certain process, through certain ways. And well, I guess you can make the connection or not for yourselves on the fact that there's certain words that are not in the proper places in your Constitution, Article 2 and Article 3, but we'll explain that. We'll try to explain that. So, anyways, love everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Like I said, I hope that some of this is meaningful. Hope that somebody gets some value out of this, and can at least prompt somebody to start reading this information and looking at these words, okay, from this perspective. Not from what you've been taught in school, what the society says, what you think that you know. Like I said, I don't mean to be condescending. All I'm just saying, please, people, start to read these things, because they cannot be interpreted in any other way, I don't believe, from what I'm presenting. And if they are, please let me know, because you have a duty to me to help me, because I'm asking you to. Okay? So, love everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you next time.